Recent studies have suggested that magnesium sulfate may also be useful in the prevention of asthma attacks. This is an exciting development, as asthma is a common and often debilitating condition. Treatment for osteoporosis. Magnesium is essential for bone health, and magnesium deficiency is a risk factor for osteoporosis. Magnesium sulfate has been found to improve bone density in people with osteoporosis. This is an important development, as osteoporosis is a common condition, particularly in older adults. Treatment for skin disorders. Magnesium sulfate has been found to be effective in the treatment of certain skin disorders, such as eczema and psoriasis. It is thought to work by reducing inflammation and improving skin barrier function. This is an exciting development, as these conditions can be difficult to treat and often require long-term management. Challenges with magnesium sulfate applications. Despite the many benefits of magnesium sulfate, there are also some challenges associated with its use. Here are some of the main challenges. Risk of overdose. Magnesium sulfate can be toxic in high doses, and there is a risk of overdose if it is not used properly. This is particularly true for medicinal applications, where magnesium sulfate is used as a treatment for various conditions. It is important to use magnesium sulfate under the guidance of a healthcare professional and to follow dosage instructions carefully. Environmental concerns. The use of magnesium sulfate in agriculture and industry can have environmental impacts. For example, excessive use of magnesium sulfate as a fertilizer can lead to soil salinization and damage to ecosystems. In addition, the production of magnesium sulfate can result in emissions of greenhouse gases and other pollutants. It is important to use magnesium sulfate in a responsible and sustainable manner to minimize its environmental impact. Availability and accessibility. Magnesium sulfate may not be readily available or accessible in some regions of the world. This can be a barrier to its use in certain applications, particularly in low-income countries where resources may be limited. There is a need for increased accessibility and affordability of magnesium sulfate to ensure that its benefits can be realized by all. Lack of awareness and education. Despite its many applications, magnesium sulfate may not be widely known or understood by the general public. This can lead to a lack of awareness and education about its benefits and proper use. There is a need for increased public education and awareness campaigns to promote the safe and responsible use of magnesium sulfate. Future directions for magnesium sulfate applications. As research on magnesium sulfate continues to grow, new applications and developments are likely to emerge. Here are some potential future directions for magnesium sulfate applications. Treatment for neurological disorders. Magnesium sulfate has shown promise in the treatment of various neurological disorders, such as epilepsy and traumatic brain injury. Future research may explore the use of magnesium sulfate in these and other neurological conditions. Development of new forms of magnesium sulfate. While magnesium sulfate is widely used in its traditional form, new formulations and delivery systems may be developed to improve its effectiveness and safety. For example, sustained-release formulations of magnesium sulfate may be developed for long-term treatment of certain conditions.